welcome to this week's episode. We're expectorating there, and the sunbeam coming down. You know, it was supposed to be overcast, and I thought, no sun today. Ha 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 ha. Welcome to England. Right, so we are doing our thing. As you know, 'tis a thing, and so we're going to do a little bit of a recap for those of you that didn't watch last week's episode for whatever reason. You're now watching this episode. Do we need to do the recaps? You tell us. Has it been that long since last week's episode that your memories wandered off and gotten lost like some dwarvish priests of Helvarth in the forest? Maybe it has. Let us know in the comments down below. But doing the recap right now for us is none other than Brendan.
Perfect. So we arrived in the port of Eric Bar, which is part of the Dwarven lands. We had a night in an inn. And the following day, our first priority was to try and get an amulet of non-detection for our lovely princeling, who had come with us, of course, from Quethland. So Doran spoke with a trader who lived in Eric Bar, Drun, who agreed to give, potentially, the amulet to us if we helped him find out what's wrong with his brother. So we did a bit of investigating. We found out that his brother, Candir, was essentially undead. He had a clay jar inserted in his chest. And when we took Candir to the Halvoth Temple so that the acolytes could look after him, we found out that not just him, but at least 60 other dwarves or other creatures had these clay jars in their chests under the Temple of Halvoth, with many more potentially throughout the city. So this didn't bode well, and we decided that we needed, henceforth, to try and figure out what was going on. We ventured into the forest, which is where Candir had last been, and we set up a Leomund's tiny hut, and we were about to go to sleep when 20 centaurs surrounded our little hut, and that is where we pick up today.
There you go. Beautiful. Pretty much capture the whole thing. You are, yes, surrounded by the centaurs, who do not appear to be approaching or anything along those lines, just standing in a circle around your hut, watching.
How are their eyes? Is there a grey, filmy kind of...
No, there is a fixed glare to their facial features. Centaurs in my world are not half human, half horse. They are
half horse, half human.
Half. The human side looks more, their facial features are more elongated, more like a satyr's face, rather than a standard human face. So there is an equine nature to their heads, rather than these just human heads. But with their long snouts and their large dark eyes, they are watching, but since they can't see inside the hut, they appear to be waiting.
Doran is going to cast a level 2 aid on all of you, so all of you get +5, 10 HP, and your max HP is also increased by 5 for 8 hours.
Nice.
And while I'm doing that, I'm just in the buff mood. I'm going to touch you all and give you the Eyes of Night, so you all have 300-foot dark vision as well.
Lovely.
Shall we talk to them?
Yeah, see if they know 3 trees. We've got stuff to trade.
Whip out those oats and
yeah.
arrows.
Oats at the Redsea.
Can I just throw a handful of oats just out?
Anybody got any sugar cubes?
So many dwarves have lost their hands because of that one.
Yeah, that.
Well, I feel like Doran would take the lead and would step out of the layman's tiny hut unless anyone is going to say otherwise.
Once you step out,
No,
it
I am
goes,
throwing
doesn't
a
it?
handful of oats outside the
No, I
hut.
think it's...
You are actually trying to
Yeah.
handle
Of course you are.
All right. Oats fall.
like confetti, isn't
Yes.
it?
Yeah.
Standing out. There's
And
more where that
dwarf.
came from. Like a magic trick. Tonight, Matthew.
As you step out, synchronized.
You like this?
Okay, so I step out and I get covered in oats, which get tangled in my beard, and I hold my hand up and my arms up and I say, "We mean you no harm. We are looking for 3 trees."
And in what language are you saying this?
Common.
Common. Okay, thanks.
Yes.
In common, one of the larger ones who has a particularly beautiful pelt, skin,
Hide.
of white, spotted with dashes of almost purple. Kind of stamps his forehoof and looks down at you and says in Dwarvish, "Why do you use the common tongue?"
Forgive me, I have been traveling around the world, and of course I speak Dwarvish as well. I just slipped naturally into something I've used more often recently. But we can speak in Dwarvish. It is no problem for me.
Why do you bring the strangers?
They are my traveling companions.
We've come to trade. Georgie also speaks Dwarvish.
Are you still inside the hut?
I pop out with the oats at that moment.
He looks at you and the others.
I'll pop out, having cast tongues, and I will address him respectfully in his language. So,
in Centauri?
this spell grants creatures you touch the ability, touch self, to understand any spoken language that hears. Okay, so we'll have to wait for him to say something. Centaur. So I'll just have cast that and hope for the best.
Okay,
So
sure.
I'll say that.
You understand the Dwarvish at the moment, so yeah, that's all good.
I'll exit with a hatful of oats as well. And offer it along, because I can't understand what's happening.
It's like a waiter. Nibbles.
You come to trade.
We've come to trade. We bring some arrows, some weapons, and some oats. Well, arrows are the weapons. And some oats. And we hope to trade for information.
That gets several of the other ones that are watching to kind of stomp about a little bit excitedly. What information?
We would know what is happening in your forest. We have heard troubling stories about humanoids returning from the forest with dead eyes, cold to the touch, mindless creatures. We would know if you have seen the source of this sickness or disease.
No. And you are forbidden from entering the forests.
We may be able to help.
They turn and start leaving.
Wait!
What's
I call after them.
Don't seem to want to trade.
If there are no people left to trade with, then you will not have the bounties of the humanoids anymore.
One of them quips back at the sort of the tail end of this group that are leaving. And only you understand him because he quips back in Centauri, which is a very, very unusual dialect. To your, who will you trade with then?
Yeah.
And the quip back is quite simply with the rightful owners of this land.
I will reply in Centauri. I take it that is you and your people. Surprise, bitch.
Godfrey. Yeah. Always dependable. Put your foot in it.
Yeah.
And then put the other one in.
Yeah.
All right. This causes them to pause. And they are now 60 feet away. And then one of them trots up to the one who dismissed you and whispers something. And there's much looking back at the four of you. And then the one who spoke, you can see the leader gives them a dressing down of sorts, and he then has to hang back, and the rest continue into the forest.
He has to do lines or something. Attention.
Go and speak to him.
It looks like he's the one who has been left to keep an eye on the four of you.
Okay. I'll just saunter up to him, followed by my awakened mind.
Sure. He has a fairly long spear in his hand, which he grips slightly tighter as you get closer.
Good evening. My name is Professor Schopenhauer. It's a pleasure to meet you. What is your name, sir? This is all in Centauri.
How do you speak our language?
I am a wizard. Magic. You are familiar with magic. I kind of
I'm
gesture
familiar
towards
with the corruption of your people. Yes.
Well, now, I am not a dwarf, as you can plainly see, so you have no...
The dwarves do not embrace magic like humans.
Well, yes, but it's magic, anyway. So, I take it I have caused you a little trouble by, with your leader. You're in the doghouse, so to speak.
I have been given the task of making sure that you do not enter into our forest.
I see. And what's going to happen if we do? You're just one centaur.
A smile plays across his face, and you realize you are dealing with probably a 20-year-old young buck who feels he'd kick all your asses up and down the road, left, right, and center, and he'd have the authority to do so.
All right. Well, perhaps you and I can do a little business that is, shall we say, off the books, and I kind of nod towards his guys. We have some interesting things you personally might be interested in, but we do need a little bit of, information. Maybe something that would help you go up in the ranks, so to speak, of your...
Give me a persuasion check.
You will be stunned to know that I have +1 charisma. I have not been playing this character right at all. 18.
18. What do you have?
So, well, we have the arrows. We have a lot of oats. But we also have, if you want, just coinage probably isn't something you'd be interested in, huh? Well, that's pretty quiet.
He says to no one except for the book. The book just gently floats there.
Yeah.
What does that centauri want? Yeah.
Yeah. What would you be interested in?
What a delightful magic orange I have in my bag.
Oh.
Yeah.
You have come from the dwarvish settlement.
Most recently, yes.
Where are most of the women kept?
Jesus. The female dwarves.
Yes.
Ah. Okay, well, I know where they are kept. But now, this is a two-way street, you understand? So...
You always bring your construction with you.
All right, a two-way trail, whatever floats your boat. Look, I'll give you a little information. You got to give me something. You know about these this business with the pots in the chest, no? The glassy eyes.
You do not need to worry about that.
Yes,
Soon
I do.
it will be over.
Yes, well, I need to know about it, and you're not going to get to know the location of the women until you give me something.
The jars belong to our shaman.
Good. And what is his name? 3 Trees by any chance?
No. Flowing Breeze.
Flowing Breeze. Okay, so I'll tell you that the women are interspersed amongst the general population. So
that does not help me.
Well, it's not my fault that they don't corral their women in one place, you weird person. Anyway, where would I find this Flowing Breeze person?
It is my turn first.
All right.
We are on your street, are we not?
Yeah, I like this.
Where do they keep their children?
You'll be disappointed to know that they also are interspersed amongst the general population.
How do they hurt themselves?
Well, you see, now you are projecting your own cultural biases onto them.
And you see that you've lost him?
Yeah, that was the idea. So, your turn. Where do I find this flowing breeze?
You are out of luck this time. Flowing Breeze is currently at the heart of the forest. By tomorrow, he will be... Well, he will be much closer.
Okay. So he's on the hoof. You see what I did there? I'm probably going to get speared now. Okay. Let's keep going. What do you want to know next? Where do they keep the babies?
No. There is no glory in killing babies.
Oh, so you don't want to kill them all. Okay, nice. Thank you.
Will the dwarves stand their ground, or will they flee upon their boats on the water?
Yeah, we'll most assuredly stand our ground. Yeah.
Excellent.
All right, your turn. How can I intercept Flowing Breeze on his journey from the heart of the forest to closer?
Stay where you are.
Oh, he's coming to me.
Yes. You're in the path.
I see. Okay.
The real path, not the figurative one.
No, I get that.
Okay.
Okay, your turn. What else can I tell you? Are you running out of questions, young man?
There is not much that remains.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if I can offer you something. If you were to attack the dwarves, they have very strong allies, and you would be slaughtered. Does that help?
Who are their allies?
How much do you know about the world outside this little place you live in?
This territory belonged to us. The dwarves took it, and we are taking it back.
Sounds good, yeah. All right, so I've given you something now. So what is the reason? I take it this Flowing Breeze is on a journey of his own. He has a goal, he has an end in view. Why is he on the move? What is his purpose in moving?
Through his great vision, we have gained sufficient power to defeat our enemy.
And this has to do with the clay pots in the chests.
I'm not sure, although that was new. That arrived with the other one.
Who's the other one?
I do not know. He consorts with Flowing Breeze, a shadow of some kind.
And you trust this shadow?
He has led us to victory so far.
Well, what do you think his price is going to be for that?
Does it matter?
It might.
We will have back our land.
Yeah, and you might have a new master west of the dwarves. Yeah?
That is unlikely.
Consider it, though.
The dwarves consume their own children.
No, they do not. This is propaganda. Do you know what this means? Never mind. Thanks, you've been very helpful. You can go now.
I will not leave my post.
Oh, yeah. All right. So I'll go back and convey this. Dismissing this guy, I'll go back and just convey this to them. So they've got a genocidal agenda regarding the dwarves. They're being led by something very dark and evil. It's probably giving them the power to do this chest soul transference business. So we're in some fairly, what do you call it, deep shizer.
Yeah, sounds
Did they
like
give you a-
full invasion.
Did they give you a timeline for when this was?
I doubt if I would produce a calendar, he would know what I was talking about. You know, it's all
Tomorrow.
imminent.
Is
But,
it-
but yes, in
He
terms
said
of the
tomorrow.
arrival of the Flowing Breeze, yeah, very soon. So we wait here and
We don't want to go back and amass an army or anything.
That would be my suggestion. If there's going to be an army coming through this road, I don't know how much we four could stand against them. We might
We
have to
either
go
need to warn the dwarves or we need to try and
Deal with it ourselves.
smash up this soul thing or whatever. Like, the priest guy said that the souls are somewhere else. Maybe they're being kept somehow. They use
think so,
jars.
yeah.
Jars can be smashed, but not those ones because they will die. If we can release the souls, then they don't have an army already inside the walls of the city
Yeah, I understand this,
to
but
control.
I don't think this boy here, the centaur I've been talking to, has any clue about any of this. So either we do a little spying on this flowing breeze and his entourage. Maybe I do a little, intrusion into his thoughts. Certainly we don't want to fight them because it's probably a large entourage. And so we just, maybe we have a little...
If you can do a little bit of spying, I think that will help us quite a bit.
On this one centaur?
No, and the flowing breeze when he arrives. So we hide ourselves. Maybe I make us invisible or something. I can't make us all invisible. But, and then when we see
I don't
him...
want to just be a sitting duck waiting for this to
No, I know.
come.
Yeah,
I
we'd have to be
want to
very-
go to the problem or warn the people that the problem's coming to him.
Oh, I see.
And let's not forget, there's a whole city of Eric Bar is there waiting to be attacked, essentially from without, as well as from within.
From within, yeah.
Yeah.
And we also have our charge there.
It is interesting. If you remember, there's 3 dwarves that the Chapel of Halvoth sent.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about
How
that.
are they not aware of this?
Oh, that's
Unless
interesting,
they've been captured and killed already.
Quite.
my friend. Trot over to your man if he's still here.
He is. He's still watching.
Yeah. Have you encountered 3 dwarfs wandering around this little spot here?
He looks a bit crestfallen. I did not. But my herd did.
And they've been captured? Yeah.
They have been taken.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Throw one out.
Throw him an oat?
Yeah.
Just one?
Yeah. I don't like him that much. Okay, I'll relay that.
So they could be having their souls taken from them right now. Some sort of ritual or something.
Could be, or then maybe they're just prisoners, or maybe they're already dead. Who knows?
Maybe we could still save them.
Yeah, if we want to take on a big tribe of centaurs.
Well, why don't you do some spying and we find out what we're up against? Like, at the moment, we're only up against that lad over there, and then we go into the forest.
Do you not think that
Dangerous.
they'll be watching us from further afield? They wouldn't have just left one person to leave.
But
He
maybe
seems
they
very
did.
confident, maybe overconfident.
If that's him, but
Yes, he's clearly.
his seniors may have left some eyes on him
That's true. Yeah.
just to watch what he does.
I'm just going to have my mind just float around the area in case there's another spy. See if we can spot something.
Does it have a perception?
It doesn't. Well, yeah, I can use soul as well. It doesn't really have it. Like it doesn't have a perception score now. It also
doesn't
sheds light. I'll send soul instead if he's amenable. Hello, friend. How are you today?
That depends. Are we talking seagulls?
No seagulls, I promise.
Crows?
I don't think so. No crows. It's a forest. You just do a little.
Oh,
second.
God. Owls?
Ah, shit, yeah, there could be some owls.
Fine. What do you want?
Just do a little circuit of this area to see if there's any, and I'll point at the centaur. Go anything like this or a spy, you understand? A quick job, and then you go back to
Sure.
whatever.
Sure. Quick job, Saul. It's nothing, Saul. Just fucking owl, Saul. He flies.
Thank you. Sorry.
After not even a few minutes, he comes flying back. So, good news, bad news. Good news is no owls. Hey, there's nothing. That's like, it's all gone, right?
No life.
Bad news, yeah, there's a whole bunch of those weird, freaky houseboy things. Who the fuck came up with that idea? I mean, seriously. What are you going to do? Run around all day and then...
I don't mean to be funny, but you are talking bad, so I
I can fly in the dark. What is he going to do? Gallop around a little bit and...
Yeah, that's a good point.
Where are they, Saul?
Hey. He's a nice guy. Give him a break.
Yeah. Nonetheless, they're you know the forest?
Uh-huh.
There's that one, and then there's like 5 of them along the line. They're kind of watching, but they're not watching you guys. They're just watching like in every direction. Well, they're watching really. I mean, one of them was taking a piss. Oh my god, it was like a waterfall. Jeez. Anyway, so yeah, they're just being horses.
Mad.
Can we hiss all as well? As he just
Frankly, I don't think you can talk. But it's fun, so fuck it, right?
He can. Yeah.
Yes.
He's a familiar.
what happened with the ring, by the way? Just in case we managed to survive the night.
Nothing. The ring was destroyed, as you said. I should take it away, make it something else's problem.
Yeah, you did that, right?
Yeah,
What happened?
it's their problem now, not my problem. You got a problem with that?
It depends whose problem you made it.
Well, who was that? I don't know. It was some little bearded thing. Looks like him.
You gave it to a dwarf?
Sure.
I told you to put it in the water, in the sea.
Yeah.
Why did you give it to a dwarf?
He had stuff. I did the trade thing.
So, you really have to take my orders more seriously. When I tell you to get rid of something, I don't mean...
You
Make
said
a
to get
profit.
rid of it. Make it go away. It went away.
What does a
Never mind.
trade for?
Yeah, what did you get? At least. Where's my cut?
It kind of makes like a retching. I can't give it back to you. I've already eaten it.
Well, when it passes, I want it.
Did it meow?
Oh my god.
It was on one of those little boat things. I figured you said get rid of it. Drop it in the water, give it to the man for the fish. I was like, I'm going to take the fish.
You traded it for a fish?
Yeah. Half a fish.
This poor fisherman's gonna be in for a world of trouble.
Yeah. It's like, where's the prince? Oh, I don't fucking know. I'm not sitting here fashion. Okay, you little prick.
Yeah. Send me out to fucking seagulls.
It's fair. All right. I don't know. So either we try to spy on this flowing breeze, which means staying here, and they know we're here. It's all a little iffy, so it'd be very difficult to hide from them. Or we go back and warn the dwarves.
I think the safe thing would be we need to warn the dwarves that an invasion may be coming from both areas. I think that's what we need to start with, because we might need every minute to prepare.
Right, well then we should probably press on through the night back to the...
We should probably find the Black Talon this time. Actively seek them out. If they're some sort of military unit, I imagine. I mean, what do you know of the... You don't know anything of the...
How would I know
Black
about
scale?
What would I know about the martial capabilities of a town like Erik Bar, city like Erik Bar?
Oh, well, like all dwarvish cities, everyone there has an axe or a blade of some kind passed down from someone. They are all going to rally and, will form a defense. And the walls are impressively well built. So a couple centaurs running around with arrows is probably not going to do very much at all.
Unless the gates were open.
Yeah, if the gates were open, that could be a problem. But
All the
again,
sleeper agents have slowly been scratched.
or they're being led by some lich dude.
Yeah.
Or
Again, it's a size problem. Literally, the dwarves could just run inside their houses, and the centaurs couldn't follow because the door's not high. Have you ever seen a horse trying to bend its knees and walk? They don't do that so
It sounds
well.
like the most ill-advised invasion I've ever... Unless they're going to shrink the centaurs down.
if they have done a deal with some shadow creature, then the shadow creature has a plan, and he doesn't care what happens to the centaur.
Which is why I would suggest we could talk to some generals and dwarven. I think a preemptive counterattack would be, the element of surprise. They wouldn't see that coming.
Depends how many.
I appreciate the defensive structure of the walls, but we don't know what they have and what they've planned with those walls. There's probably something going on there. I think I'm always in favour of acting first and not letting things...
I'm aware. Yes.
But there's not a lot of time to muster a force enough for tomorrow if we wanted to do something tonight.
I suppose one urgent thing is that the dwarves should be warned that they do have a sleeper cell of some unknown quantity within their walls.
And
right?
as soon as we notify them, we start mustering things. We don't know what if they're going to bring forward their plan of attack. They might see everything we do. We don't know.
So here's my suggestion: to send a sending to the priest and inform the priest that an invasion is imminent, secure the undead, and to inform the military commanders to prepare for battle.
The same priest that we spoke to.
Well,
He didn't seem all that involved.
no, but who else? I mean,
What about
He has
what about,
60 undead zombies in his
what about
basement.
Brune?
Darun, I mean, he's a shopkeeper.
Yeah, but he seemed a bit more. He didn't. The only problem with this priest, he didn't really like the Black Talon. I feel like someone who can go to them would be a better
The
shout.
Black Talon is a unit operating in the city. I imagine there's going to be a commander. Is that right?
Yeah, there's a Bane. The Bane of the
The Bane
city.
of the city.
He runs the city. Yeah.
Well, it depends what you. If
Fane
you
or Fane?
what are our plans?
Bane
then?
is the top
he's a king.
rank. Bane is the second.
Okay, cool.
What are our
Well,
plans
fifth,
then?
yeah.
Because I'm happy to run back. I don't know what you specifically want to do, but if
wanted
I have
to read the
to,
mind of the this flowing breeze, but that's, as I said, because we are already being watched, it's unlikely we'll get away with it.
I'm happy to, if it requires me doing it by myself, to muster a small elite task force, ready
God.
to counterattack.
Now what? What is this elite task force?
Sorry, I feel the Alphonse's
I
his
see.
military prowess flows through me. You see.
I mean, like, if there's a chance that we can save all those people and release their souls, that's going to help, right? They're not going to have the power of the souls behind them. Like, I think we should give a message to, and we should warn them.
Yes, we should certainly do this.
Absolutely, but I think,
Little
like,
infiltration into the forest at
Well,
the dead of
then-
night.
And I will say this telepathically to everyone. Then we should kill the scouts that are watching us, including the guard, because, we're not going to get very far if we're being watched.
can we do any sort of like decoy or anything as well? Can we get back into your hut and go out the other side?
No, it doesn't work that way.
Learmon's tiny tunnel.
Leon's
Version 6.
Troy horse, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm always up for a fight,
I
but
mean, there are 6 centaurs. We might get a measure of their prowess if we take them on. We could always do non-lethal damage and tie them up until later.
No.
I don't really do lethal damage. A fireball is a fireball,
yeah, it just depends on how much that's going to trigger the others to come back. Whereas if we can do something a bit more sneaky, can we go and save these people and
We don't
release
even
the
know where
souls?
they are.
Center of the forest.
Wait, we want to go all the way in.
I mean, we know that they're being manipulated into attacking. There's been a fraught truce, so
I mean, what if
we
they
are
get...
technically talking about wiping out, a load of people. It's not normally something I would bring. I'm actually rather proud of myself for thinking about the ethics of the situation.
You're doing very well.
I mean, it seems like these centaurs are being, controlled by this shadow thing that you saw in
Also,
the seance.
it's
Like,
probably true, and all due respect, that they were ousted from their lands by the dwarves. Which
Probably.
is not
But
exactly.
at the end of the day, they're being the
Just.
instigators, and we only have a day to resolve a problem. There's not enough time to think amicably.
If you think along that chain, I mean, the dwarves were also ousted from their homes by the
But
drow.
that's right.
And we are
Cause-
waging war on the drow. We are civilized in the way we treat them now. So
cause and
something
effect.
is motivating these centaurs and pushing them, egging them on for this course of action.
yeah.
So perhaps we leave the conflict between the centaurs and the dwarves to the dwarves. So you warn them, and they can do whatever they think they must. And then we focus on this shadow question. So that means we should probably hide ourselves here in the woods. And that means we have to kill these scouts, unfortunately, or subdue them. Although I don't know how you subdue a big horse.
The last thing that just popped into my head: if the city becomes besieged, we've left the prince there.
No. My second sending will be to Drun.
Okay.
Drun. And my point here would be that the city is about to become besieged, potentially. And I would ask him to take the boy on a ship. Take him to
Yeah.
Stonehurst.
We'll take him to what was it? The Granica. There's still
We
a
could take him to the Granica, with your blessing, of course.
Of
Avery,
course.
Yeah.
get them out of there.
We could.
Maybe a different ship. If you can.
Sure.
What's wrong with the Granica?
Just mix it up a little bit, you know. We've already had people tracking us on the Granica.
Yeah.
They might track him somewhere else. So, like...
I also remember the Granica had about 40 hit points before it started to sink.
Good point, yeah. Put him on the shit chip.
Georgie, do you think that if Droon took the boy to where we're from?
Yeah,
He'll
but
be
like,
safe.
so long as he's... I mean, also, though, what shit are you going to bring to our hometown if we take the boy there?
Well, we hope we would extract him before things got too...
Yeah, you're depending a great deal
I feel
on
like we
this.
don't know enough about, like, you know, where we might need to go to tackle what's going on with these. So, you said you could spy. Does that mean you have to be right near them to spy?
Yeah, so my intention was to read the thoughts of the leader of Centaur, this flowing breeze, and so I would have to be quite close.
So we need to get close. We need to get in.
I appreciate we're talking a lot, but also, just as a favour to me, Dawn, could you do a sending to Captain Benteen? Just let her know as well.
I can send 2 sendings to Dites. And I think those
You
need
don't fuck with a man's 3rd level slots, man.
to... For a booty call.
Yeah, exactly, right?
It would be a shame if she was wrapped up in whatever's about to happen.
Therefore, if we ask Droon to alert Benteen on the
We are
way.
depending a great deal on a dwarven trader who may not be particularly concerned with our...
He's
problems.
invested. If we say we're trying to save his brother, he's going to be invested,
And the
right?
city's about to be.
All right, well, first order of business, yeah, you should probably do that. Sending and warn them.
I want you to work out how to word this message to Droon. There's 12-part.
Yeah, 25 words.
Yeah.
Okay, so give me a second. I need to
Yeah,
work
I have
this
to
out.
do that. Yeah, you got to do that, man.
It was so hard.
So we kind of put our hut next to these oaks. So we're on
Well,
the
you're
edge
next
of the
to the
forest.
road.
We're on the road.
And the forest is about 50 yards away.
50 yards away.
150
So
feet.
we've got our hut. Then there's the young buck. Then there's the forest, and they're
Correct.
in the forest line. Okay.
Plan of attack.
Yeah. What can we do? I mean,
I presume this forest is super dense.
It
Visibility
is,
not
but
great.
it's a large oak forest, so the undergrowth is actually quite sparse.
Okay.
Because there's dense leaf litter and there's not a huge amount of light that gets down there.
Okay.
Some spectacular bluebells and snowdrops in spring, early spring, but yeah, we're on summer, so there are some gorse bushes and a few bits and pieces, but it's not overly dense. You can run through it freely.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the visibility is still pretty bad, I presume.
Yeah. It's,
We can't see these spies.
No.
Okay.
you're a charming type.
Amongst certain circles, yeah.
Can we charm them, get past them, and then try and make a
I don't know if Alphonse is going to work.
fair?
He's not very horsey.
Yeah. Maybe some sort of horse.
I want to see that, man. I want
Who
to
cannot
see
speak their language.
Centaur
Yeah.
Alphonse. Too much horse?
Nay.
Not enough Alphonse.
This might be an absolute bastard of a message, but let's see if I'm going to say it's to Georgie. You are Droon, okay? You get this message. Oh, you're pottering around the house, or you're
Okay.
cleaning up your
Right, yeah, I'm
your
in the
things,
mood.
blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Suddenly, you get a message in your head.
He's going to think he's having a fucking episode. Christ, I'm schizophrenic.
Imminent attack on city.
Okay, that's clear.
Warn Bane.
Warm Bane. Yeah, I'm assuming he knows what a Bane is, so cool.
Yeah.
Secure undead in temples.
He doesn't know what that is. He doesn't know about the undead situation.
He does.
We didn't tell him.
He knew we took him to the temple.
Yeah, but we didn't tell him he was undead. We were quite careful about that because we said he was spook him.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, good point.
You know,
Secure
I would say
brother in temple.
tell.
Secure brother.
Well, you're also going to
Warn
message,
temple.
Are you going to message the priest as well?
No, I'll see if I can do it with one message.
He's fucking tired of it.
Warn
Guardian
temple
everything.
works. Warn temple.
Warn.
Well,
secure temples. Let's just say secure temples. Like this.
I would say tell them that he. I don't know how you're gonna. tell him what he needs to know without spilling the beans.
Maybe it's time to spill the beans.
Yeah, spill the beans.
Like, there's an army coming.
Yeah.
They need to know what they're fighting, right?
Secure undead in temples. I'm going to leave it like that.
Right,
Figure it
yeah,
out.
yeah.
He'll go to the temples. Do you have any undead here? How do you know? Then I will say, take boy by ship to safety. We are closer to solution. Full stop.
That is probably an important little caveat. Yeah.
Yeah,
Keep him on
because
side. Keep him. Yeah.
Exactly.
he knows
yeah.
we're
I
trying
need
to
to
help
like.
his brother.
So that's what I have. It's a bit of a bastard, but
It's worth a try.
It's worth
I
trying.
can send another to be a safe state. I can use my other 3rd level spell slot to send something to the.
He might have questions.
How many miles are we from the
You might
town
need
now?
to reply.
From the Dorm town?
You're probably about 20 miles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Does he
And
reply?
he gets to respond.
He does.
What?
Yeah, he wastes the whole thing just with what?
What are you talking about?
Just read the first part of the sentence, for me, please.
Imminent attack on city.
He might not know
Warn Bane.
the word limit. He might just be like, "What the hell are you talking?" And it just cuts off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's not too worried about that. Okay, and then the second part was secure the temples.
Secure undead in temples. Which can be those in the temples or those who are still wandering around the streets.
Right.
And if he tells Bane they're undead, maybe the Bane will. Well, Bane, not Batman's Bane. The Bane.
There's undead in it. Yeah.
I was born in the undead.
All right, and then the last part was
about, there was take boy by ship
yes.
to safety. I didn't say where. We can always
All right.
find him.
So his questions, his response is, how the hell do I secure the undead in the temples? And where exactly is safe?
And you said you told him to tell Bane, did you?
Yeah, I said warn Bane.
Yeah, that part he's
He's going to get
apparently he doesn't have a problem with.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's asking how to secure the undead in the temples and where it's safe.
I would.
Go and speak to the priest is my point.
Yeah. Priest will understand. You might need to give him a destination, and if we have a destination, at least we'll know where the fucking prince is going.
Yeah. Well, the only destination I still have in my mind is Georgie is our own village.
Yeah, well,
How about
the
a-
port's Lambury, so
What about another dwarven town? One that is fortified, or a capital even? You know what?
Well, we know what happens with capitals. Yeah, that's at least.
Well, we're not there, so.
You know,
Instantly make enemies with the entire
Gwethlin, Howdenley, Eric Barr. Maybe we need to take him off the bloody grid. You know, take him off the grid for a bit. We can collect him as soon
Get
as
him
possible.
to take a gap year, find himself.
Yeah. So I will say, therefore, Lambury. If you're okay with that, Troy.
yeah. If that's somewhere to
Okay.
get him moving, at least.
So that's what I say. I say, speak with priest of Halvoth in temple, work with him. And
Amulet stays on boy.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Amulet stays on boy.
Amulet stays on boy. Amulet stays on boy. 4 words. And then safe port, Lambury, seek
Petra's Pastries.
Petra's pastries.
Yeah, that's where my auntie lives.
Yeah.
It's a bakery. It's really good pastries.
Code
That kid is going to
name
be.
Flop.
By the time we see him, we can walk. No.
Code name Georgina, yeah, or something like that.
Yeah, if you can fit that in your...
Yep.
All right.
New spots. It's going to be great.
This is real napkin level
Yeah.
planning.
Skullduggery.
The final response back is, are you absolutely sure about all this? Because it's quite a lot to ask.
No more
Nice
slots.
there.
This is fucking silence.
Can I regain a level 3 spell slot?
I can tell you right now, you can't.
Will my harness divine power? Don't think so.
Oh, wait a minute. There is a thing
there's a
in
thing-
Tasha's that
No.
you can.
As a bonus action, you can regain 1 up to level 2.
Yeah.
I've
Tasha's
got a
thing.
thing with my...
Why don't you ask your
Oh, you
precious
do?
I
master?
didn't
cut that fucking thing,
Yeah, I wrote down a bastardized version of it. I feel I need to go to the actual. Okay. Roll a d3. The creature regains 1 expended spell slots, the level which equals the number rolled or lower the creature's choice. Once a creature receives the benefit, that creature can't receive it again until after a long rest.
You need to roll a 5 or a 6.
No pressure, Grace.
Okay.
5 or a 6.
Come on, let's see it.
No,
Computer says no. But I didn't receive it, so you could do it again?
No, because you
No,
will
you
receive a
just-
spell of that level.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
So
right.
you get a second slot back, and you're like,
Oh, great.
Yeah, I mean, that's something. It's not what you wanted.
I could try something really weird, and it almost certainly won't work.
I'm always up for it.
Oh, I
I could. I know we're under a bit of a black cloud spiritually, but I can try once more to contact Candir's spirit and command his undead body to give his brother to find his brother. Well, he's trapped under.
Maybe we send swords.
Maybe some spirit to warn him somehow.
I could sense
I could just see if there are any ghosts out there, and I could roll for it. Any ghosts that could give him a little like thump on a table, like a one means yes, 2 means no type deal.
Wouldn't that require the person that is hearing the thump to know
Yeah, of
the
course.
terms of that?
So a random plate's going to fall off the. It's going to be like, I wonder, shall I do this? And a plate flies off the shelf, and I'll go, yeah.
That's a stretch.
That's a nice way of him saying,
I'm going to ask your poltergeist to write, poltergeist in blood, write yes on the wall, really creepily.
I mean, that would be more of a sign.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have the power to do that?
Not really. But I can try.
Great plan. It's a made game. I mean, you could have.
This is Dungeons and Dragons. We can do anything.
Yeah.
If I cast Speak with Ghosts and Summon Undead simultaneously.
If you weren't 20 miles from the source, I'd say yes.
I cannot send Saul 20 miles. He will just, I will never hear the end of it. He will, he just won't do it. He'd probably get very tired.
Yeah.
There's only one more thing I can try with my D100.
Pray to the gods.
No, here we go
It
again.
seems a bit
I
light
need-
use of.
I'm going to get it like 60 feet away from this dude, but as soon as he starts praying.
Well, first question. Which god would you be praying to convey information?
That would be hopefully not the Kalassi sisters.
Oh, the purveyors of information.
Kind of is.
Hey, remember
I
last
haven't made
time
up
we
with them
spoke?
yet. I know.
You
I
have
know.
not.
I have
No.
not made up with them.
No.
So I'm not even going to try.
You want to
in
bring
this
them
case.
down?
It also seems like, hey, Kalassi sisters, can you do me a favor and speak to this random trader
Right,
in Eric
yeah, yeah.
Bar and
Sure.
just give him a thumbs up?
Yeah.
That seems like a bit of a waste of time.
Yeah.
I think we have done what we can for the dwarves. And now it's up to them to put 2 and 2 together. I mean, the fact that the Bane does not already know that he has 60 quasi-undead people
That
in
is
it,
true.
it's up to them.
That is true.
We need to decide what we're going to do next.
If we release the souls as well, they might not be a problem, the undead.
We don't even
If we
know
can.
how.
Of course we don't. We need to find this stuff out.
Yeah,
I hope it's smashing something personally, because I couldn't do that.
I hope the lack of action from the dwarves' part is not part of some grander conspiracy
Well,
that
this
ties
is
in.
entirely possible. Yeah. We have already established that. Well, I'm assuming it is the same enemy, but they have a very long reach. They can get to the Elven Kingdom, etc.
Yeah, big shadow, doing lots of death stuff. I mean, thralls, that's what we saw in
Indeed,
doing the
yeah.
exploding of the heads.
Yeah, it's unpleasantly similar.
Right, shall we find some stuff then?
Yes, please.
We are going to have to dispatch the scouts then, I think. How else
Just
do
start
we ambush?
trying to walk towards them and tell them they don't want jars in their chest and then see what happens.
They seem to be a rather zealous race, very loyal to their...
Seems like
Not to
everyone's
them.
like that. I mean, Stonehurst was not like this.
We're off the edge of the map here, Georgie, it seems. But it seems like their zealotry is founded in some abominable black magic, which is keeping people in a state of undeath, and this cannot be continued. So I am for finding out more, plunging forward into the dark heart of this forest to see what we can find.
Where we're camped, is there any way we can conceal ourselves from the line of sight from the scouts further on? Is there trees near us at least?
We'd be like, bye.
Yeah, it's mainly grassland, but the grass is waist high, so you could leopard crawl it.
Well, my thought was to lean on the overconfidence of this young scout and draw him to us somehow and murder him out of sight from the scouts.
That's tricky because he is a horse and then a thing on top. So
So there are a number of things. I can either make you invisible so that you can try to, and then the other thing is, yes, I could make both of us invisible. You go and take him out, and I drop a fireball on the scouts.
Or we both go invisible further towards the scouts while Georgie messes him up here, and then we'll attack him from behind.
Mm-hmm.
While you two attack him from the front.
It would be exciting if nothing else.
It will be a change of pace.
Yeah.
From the talking.
From the talking. We're going to kill people. So
hang on, we're getting there. All right.
Yeah.
Shall we?
Let's do that. So I'm going to upcast invisibility so I can make myself and Avery invisible.
Whilst you're doing that, can you flip this map over, please?
Oh, you already thought about it, guy.
No.
Any
You'll
chance
see.
we can do a short rest before we do this? Or is that
You
pushing
are
things?
on your own timings here because he's just watching.
I
He's
don't
not-
think we do have.
We don't have time for that. Okay.
We know we've got a day to sort things. Also, since
1
I
hour.
cast Speak with Dead before, we haven't had a long rest, have we? Because we were going to do a long rest now,
No.
but it's been
No, we
cancelled.
haven't. No, we haven't. It was in the middle of the night, so
Just making sure I know how many spell slots I have.
Yeah, this plan is going to leave me pretty dry, but fuck it.
I mean, you still have your words.
I think as well we've got.
All I had.
If the invasion is in a day,
Good try.
you don't.
Oh, here's what's even better. I haven't done this yet. So maybe I don't have to make. I can cast spells through the awakened mind.
Oh.
Yeah. So I can have this thing float. Now they're probably going to see it, but there's nothing they can do about it. It can't
And
be
if we're
attacked.
invisible, although if you cast through that, will you become?
I will become visible once the
You could
fireball
be
does that.
hiding in the trees when it happens.
I'm not worried about that.
I would be. Have you seen how?
Maybe it's my time. So I'm wondering if I just make you invisible and I rely on the awakened mind to drop the fireball.
Okay.
Yeah. Save a slot.
And
Save a slot.
yeah, we've got a day. You want to save those slots
I
throughout
really
the
do.
day.
I really do. Yeah. Okay, so that's
Is
what
fire going to really draw the attention of like all the other centaurs?
No, you smashing this centaur in the face, Will. I'm.
The other 5?
Is this still our only choice? I mean, I like fighting, but there were like 20 that were around us earlier.
Hey, Georgia, guess what?
What?
Do you like fighting?
Yeah.
Go fight the thing.
Okay. You're the ones who are going to die.
I'm already there.
Yeah.
Now,
Done
sadly,
that once before.
I could not, for the love of money, find centaur figures. It's a thing. So, at least none that would arrive in time. So we will have to use our imaginations. I know it's tough. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough.
D&D
it's tough,
imagination.
Oh no. Right. So let's just do some
Georgie's up there.
basic illustrations. So this is the cart track. These are trees. All right. If anything is around these circles on the opposite side, the line of sight is blocked.
Mhm.
Just for clarity's sake. And you folk are all here. This is your little camp.
Thank you.
All right. So that's where you lot are. And I'm just going to use this because it's
Oh.
Centaurian.
Centaurian,
Yeah.
just dead. This is in anticipation of your grand action.
Yeah.
Seen these guys before.
Soon to be accurate.
Yes,
Are they considered to be large as well?
they are.
Cool.
So you tell me what you are doing.
Okay, I'm by a circuitous route. I'm sending the awakened mind to the rear and above the 5 scouts,
Sneaky me.
and then I will make you invisible. Yeah.
Okay.
Does it do anything else, or just make me visibly invisible? Do I
It doesn't
get
make you
bonuses?
visibly invisible. It makes you invisibly invisible.
Ah.
Because if you were visibly invisible, you would be invisible.
But like any bonuses to a sneak or anything?
No.
Well, you'll have advantage because you're invisible.
Yeah.
That's it.
Just making sure.
All right. So you turn invisible.
And I will sneakily make my way. Did they say whereabouts behind the tree? Did
In line. He said they were in a line.
Like how far back?
You didn't ask him that.
As I approach, do I see the
So, exactly where these 5 scouts.
Well, they were like in a line, right? They were like on the perimeter.
Oh, like right here?
Well, no, I mean they were like 12 flaps. Right?
Flaps.
like 10
I mean, what am I going to say? Feet? Whose feet? Yours and mine.
I understand your difficulties. I
Right.
understand.
Okay? They were inside the forest.
Okay, so what I'll do, I say, use your sonar to watch my awakened mind because it's visible, and I'm going to start sending it in the direction I think he means.
Right.
Is that right? Is this correct? That's the right direction.
Oh, no, I was like, that's like 12 flaps.
What?
That's how far away it is.
Yeah, I'm
Keep up with the conversation here.
trying. to
Okay?
keep my patience with you. So they are. What direction are they?
They're up that way. They weren't just standing still like statues. Okay? I would have landed on them. Had a nap. They were kind of moving around, but they were kind of like there.
Go
In
and
a
find
line.
them again. Please go and find them again, and I will speak to you through telepathy. Is this important, sir? Is it?
I understand. He flaps off after a good 2 minutes or so. Okay, I can see one.
You only see one.
Yeah.
You can't see the other.
There's trees.
Well, get a little closer.
What, to the one?
Try and. You're insufferable little.
They are in a line, right? They're not standing next to each other. This isn't a queue. Otherwise, I would have said they're in a queue. They're not. They're in a line, okay?
I understand. They are at a distance from one another.
Sure. Like 12 flaps.
12 flaps from one another. All right. Okay. I tell you what I want you to do.
Uh-huh.
You're not gonna like it. I want you to. So basically, and I'll just wait there for a moment. I'll put them on hold, and just wait for a moment. So basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shock and grasp one of them through Saul. He's not going to like that because he's probably going to get punched in the face. Hopefully, then drawing the other scouts to that one scout so that I can drop that fireball. You get me?
Right, good.
So yeah.
Go for it.
Sounds
So
good to
sorry.
me.
The bad news is you have to get really close to this creature, and I'm going to deliver a spell through you. We've talked about this before. It's not very nice, but you know, it is in your contract.
You know, I
So-
could have had a job with anyone.
I know, and I don't want to call HR on you again, but the fact of the matter is, it's very important. for you.
HR in hell.
Sure. Right. How close do you want me? He's watching me.
He's watching you.
Well, sure. I'm not quiet.
Should it be FR, like familiar resources on human?
Infernal resources.
Okay, try and find another one. Go to another 12 flaps or whatever, and try and be
My God.
stealthy.
Sure. Okay. This is a couple minutes later. I found another one.
Sneak up on him and get ready.
Like how close?
Get in contact with him. Land on him. I have to cast a spell through you.
Okay, go.
All right. So I'm going to cast Shock and Grasp through because it has to be a touch, touch spell. So he has to land on this guy and go
Right.
and electrocute the shit out of him. I guess I got to make it.
I'm going to be hiding in this tree here.
Okay, I need you to give me a stealth check, please.
Cool. With advantage
nice.
or just regular?
+9.
Natural 20.
Oh,
you
slipping in
Plus
through the
6.
shadows like a silent serpent ready to strike.
That's the initial
Are you
rate.
with us? Are you going to be with us, therefore?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because the awakened mind is going to deliver the fireball.
Okay.
Your alliteration was absolutely awesome.
Yes. All right, so you shock this centaur.
So he takes 11 lightning damage.
Oh, that's...
Can't take reactions, which mean hopefully
He
so
can't
will
take
survive the encounter. So
That's a secondary concern.
it is right, you know.
11
Sometimes I take a
points.
certain amount of satisfaction when Saul gets punched, frankly. Creep.
All right.
Mhm.
So you have done 11 to him. He's not happy.
Good.
Saul screams and takes to the air as this thing tries to attack him. You all hear this sort of shout of alarm and then hoofbeats. Avery, you hear it a lot louder because by the time you've got to where you are, you can actually see more of these. Well, you can see this one that's just been shocked. He's just there. And he's kind of spinning around and pointing and thrusting his spear into the trees. And as you're walking forward, this bat flies past you going, oh my God! But he's thrusting and shouting. And you can see two others have come to see what is going on.
Close enough, yeah. Oh, they.
Nope.
That's also
right.
He'll be fine.
Whilst all of that is going on, Doran and Georgie, what are you two doing?
I'm gonna just start walking towards the young buck.
I'm walking hand in hand with my friend.
Oh, I'm need to grab my sword in a minute, so
Okay.
maybe that's a nice gesture.
Figuratively hand in hand.
You're doing a
Massive
Melania
shield.
Trump on it.
Yeah, it's one of those awkward moments.
Just like maybe I'm going to
Yeah.
potentially need these in a
Is
minute.
now not the time, Georgia?
Yeah.
Is now not the time? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, you need distance. Okay.
I told you, you're just too short for me.
Okay, as the two of you are walking forward, he gets nervous, and we need initiative from everybody.
Wunderbar. Oh shit.
Vigilant blessing is on you, Georgie.
Which one?
Vigilant blessing. You have advantage.
Oh, yeah, double
Good.
advantage.
Good. 2 shit rolls from the bad guys, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, plus 4.
All right. Forest Wind is about to discover life is quite bad, I think. So, Georgie, what did you get?
I got 18.
Nice. Doran.
19.
Avery.
17.
Oh, that's
Nice.
neat. Gottfried.
6.
All right. Then we have the centaurs, and then we have
Centaur sentries.
indeed. So, Doran, you are walking towards him. You are now currently 15 feet away. What are you doing?
I'm going to go cleric, and I'm going to cast bless on us 3. So that's a 1d4.
Okay.
Every attack or saving throw,
Nice.
and I can cast that's a level spell.
Yep.
And that's my action. Okay, so that's it.
Georgie.
I get the blessed little tokens and stick them on.
Oh, yeah.
Stick on so we
Sorry.
don't forget.
I'm going to walk quite close to this guy.
That's what. Georgie, what are you doing?
So, talking in Dwarven, I'm going to approach closer and be like, look, you're a young lad. You don't want to get yourself messed up in stuff. You can tell I'm a worthy opponent. But if you don't want to get a jar in your own chest, I think you need to just go run, go sow your wild oats, all that stuff.
You realize telling him that you're a worthy opponent may have been the wrong choice of words.
Oh,
He
shit.
wants somebody.
as he smiles and lowers his very large spear, which counts as a lance in this case.
Oh, that's a lot of distance in it. I better get my javelin out at the ready.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
You do have an action left.
Shook it.
Yeah, gonna let that fly.
All right. Georgie shot first.
Oh.
Technically, I shot
It's a
first.
it's a natural one.
Oh shit!
Oh, goes wide in this dark night. As
That was a warning shot.
As you shook it behind you.
Avery off in the woods.
Avery, what are you doing?
You got 2 attacks. 2 attacks.
No, but I did some like persuasion.
You can throw, no, you can attack again. We're in the round.
Yeah, okay. I did a lot of chat.
You did, but you didn't roll anything.
Okay. 12 plus javelin plus 7. That is 19.
That's a hit.
Plus a
Damage.
D4.
Oh, plus my D4 because
Yeah.
that's what bless was. I was going to
Yeah.
ask again what bless was. That's yeah. Yeah,
plus.
non-natural 20. So damage.
You're not raging, are you?
I'm not raging yet.
No.
I'm still giving him a chance.
Be.
Oh no, it's D6 for my javelin. Apologies. Okay, 4 plus 4, 8.
Nice. 8 damage. Grazes him. He smiles some more. Avery.
I'm going to ready action.
Uh-huh.
It will be if the centaurs all charge past me.
Yeah.
Then I will, and I think I will be able to target and take out one of them without the rest of them turning around and murdering me. I will attack one in the rump.
In the ramp, sir.
Yeah.
In the ramp.
Okay.
Shoot you, sir. Oh.
So if they ride past you, you'll attack.
You're
Yeah,
the
from
last
behind.
guy.
I'm not gonna draw attention to myself. On purpose.
Understood.
But
Right.
if I can pick and engage one of them without
Yes.
the rest of them realizing, then I will.
All right.
Because I'm rather far away to start a fight.
You're a bit.
Well, he comes riding past you to see what's going on, but he doesn't present on his
No.
own. And he comes riding up, and they are all focused on looking up into the trees for this mysterious attacking electric bat.
Plastered right.
How are you with,
Fire.
fire?
Yeah.
If I probably won't be able to see them.
And that is going through my head, the plan, and I'm
Yes.
just realizing that I've become prime
You
target.
see a glowing light, green and golden light.
Gottfried, what are you doing?
So as a bonus action, I can send the manifested mind, and I'm going to try and send it in the direction following Saul's granted iffy directions,
Right.
so as to spot these guys.
Give me a survival check.
Shit. And +2. 21.
21. Working out that 3 flaps is
Yeah.
probably a foot, and this and that, and the next thing, you managed to get the book to hovering just to the other side of the tree that you are currently hiding behind.
Okay, now the bad news is I can't see you.
Now.
So I'm going to take a bet. Basically, I want to catch these 3 guys in the edge of the fireball.
Yes.
Now, I don't know which edge would be the optimal edge, so I'm just
Right.
going to pick one. Sorry, mate.
All right.
So
That's all good.
Drop a fireball.
Roll a
spoils.
d8 for me, if
Oh,
you
D8.
please.
Okay.
And you can roll a d8 for me as well, Avery.
I got a
You
3.
are within 2 of the value. You are in the zone.
8.
Ooh,
3.
Nice.
Hey.
So you just happen to be on the edge of it, so it would be for half or nothing if you both make your saving throw.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Kaboom.
Dexterity saving throw.
Big crap.
Always
a
I have
bit
plus
crap,
6.
isn't it?
That's an unnatural 20.
Oh, no damage.
Okay, so it's 22.
All right.
Dex save for half is DC 17.
Okay. Unlikely. So number 1 closest to Avery. Fails. Number 2 fails. Number 3 17
17.
It's the number.
passes. So one closest to me succeeds. All right. And what is your damage?
As I say, 22.
22.
Big crap. I can do that. Another 2 times.
Nice. Okay. But they do see your book.
Oh yeah, it's visible. Yeah.
Okay.
Just
Just check.
can't harm it.
If they could see it, they'd see a malicious glint.
Forest
Right
Wind
in the
now
eye.
gets to charge you down with his spear, and he is literally charging. It's what his people do. But he's going to charge straight over both of you. So, his spear tries to hit you.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a dirty 20.
That hits.
That hits. All right. So the spear comes sliding in. This is piercing damage. And you take 8, 9, 10, 11 plus... You take 17 points of piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then both of you will need to give me dexterity saving throws or suffer trample damage.
Ooh.
22.
You're
Can we use
fine.
bless on this?
Oh, you
Yes,
probably have
yes,
danger
that's right.
sense as well.
You
You've got advantage. You can roll it twice.
Oh yeah, advantage
You're
on
barbarian.
dex. Yeah.
There you go. What can I say?
Marginally better. Well, I appreciate it. Did you say I could use bless? Okay, that's 12 plus my dex. 14.
14 is what you needed. So both of you managed to leap onto either side, out of the way, without taking any damage as he thunders past. And ends up there. And that's his turn done. Back to you, Dordan.
I'm going to channel divinity, get the Twilight Sanctuary up and running. So everyone in 30 feet, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I will move around a square, just so Gottfried is going to be in that zone. So everyone will get 10 temporary hit points, because we're level 6 now, at the beginning of their turns. And then as a bonus action, I'm going to do my spiritual weapon. And I'm going to
this glowing light.
mace scythe thing. And I'm going to attack it for a 16 to hit.
That hits Forest Wind.
Nice.
Okay. For 5 points of force damage.
All right. I shall take you both, he declares. Georgie.
Well, I gave you a chance, so I'm going to bonus action rage. Rah! And let's see what my old wild magic has to say about that as I throw my sheets to the ground in rage. Okay, this is a new one. So hotcakes. My magic weapon, because, Petra's pastries, that's, she's grown up with that. So hotcakes, magic weapon is infused with the smell of Petra's pastries. So this is my brand new sword that I'm going to infuse with this. And it means that I can now... If your weapon leaves, my weapon leaves my hand, it will come back like a.
So your last attack, you can throw it and get it back like Thor's hammer, basically.
Absolutely, yeah. But it smells delicious.
The damage type changes to force as well.
Yes, force damage.
He's excited.
You're going to be so hungry as you get sliced up.
Very destructive.
Very, very destructive.
Lovely. So I'm just going to pick up my sheets that I threw to the floor. Apologies.
That's all right.
Everybody. Right. Oh, the excitement. So with my brand new stabby, I'm very excited about the big, massive sword I bought off the old dwarves. I'm going to...
It's the same name my wife has for her character, so...
Stabby.
And the other one's pointy for the bow.
I mean, I've not named it yet. Temporary name. I don't want to steal your wife's sword's name. So I'm going to do my 2 attacks. Both 18s.
Beautiful.
Plus 7. So they're going to go do their thing. I'm assuming they both hit.
They do indeed.
And both of these do 2d6. So that's 2d6 plus 4. So that's 6 plus 4. That's 10 points of damage for one of those hits. And
9.
another 4 plus 1. That's 5. 6, 7. Another 7 points of damage. That is. But I'm close to him, so I didn't need to throw my sword.
No.
There we go.
All right. He is looking a little bit bloodied there.
Woo!
Yeah, he's not looking happy. Avery.
I'm still invisible,
Yes.
so I'm still going to prepare action to attack anyone who's singled out and stealthily, so I can, if the opportunity presents itself. I'm not, but with my bonus action, I'm going to consult the spirits. At least I carry these ones with me, although this area is very spirit-y.
Bankrupt.
Yes. This time, as I talk to them, I get the tale of the runaway. And it's a spirit no one else has seen before. I haven't used yet.
And we still can't see.
And through my mind flashes the vision of a malicious inquisitor, a torturer, as he leaps down on someone from behind and teleports away in an alleyway. And so the ability I gain is I can use an action now, once I use this tail, to teleport up to 30 feet away. If I so need it, which is quite handy. So I'm glad I rolled that one.
You probably will.
I probably will need that.
Very nice. The 3 centaurs, now that the fireball has exploded, and you do get an opportunity to react on this, is they're going to scatter.
Okay.
So you said you were waiting for one of them to be on their own.
Yes.
So this one will scatter to the west, this one will scatter deeper in, and this one is going to scatter that way.
Yeah, as he scatters, I will attack.
Godfrey is trying to say, an individual cannot scatter. Only a group. He cannot scatter. And then he slaps himself in the face. Concentrate.
Yes, okay. I will attack with the old rapier. In the back, 18, or I imagine I have advantage because it's a sneak attack. Can we do better? No, we can't. No, but 18 plus stuff, I imagine we're good.
18 is more than enough.
More than enough.
Good old stuff.
Rapier plus 6 to our damage, and what kind of dice is it? It's a D8. Sorry, D8 is that one. 6 plus 3.
9.
9 damage. Right in the rumpus. I imagine I'll become visible.
You do, I'm afraid.
do.
But now you can.
I'll still sort of position myself behind, out of the line of sight if possible.
Well, yes, up until the point that he
Yeah, with it for the other two.
Yes,
That's the idea.
All right, that is what you have done. As they are scattering, you stab him. He shrieks that something. You don't speak Centauri. He shrieks something, and the other two who are still fleeing, you start hearing this bizarre calling sound. It sounds like a crow has taken off in anger and frustration.
Crows.
Red crows, yeah.
Crows. So, yeah, that's what you're hearing all over the place. Is now these crow calls coming up. Gottfried, what are you doing?
So, dances with horse flaps or whatever his name is over here. He's not. He's busy with these, so he's not looking at me.
No.
What is my awakened mind telling me over here? I can see all.
You can see all three of them scattering in different directions.
Okay, so what I'll do is I will can I? Yes, I can. Last third level slot. An upcast Tasha's mind whip. Yeah.
Bad horsey.
That's all I really want
Out
to
of
convey.
curiosity, with your comprehend languages or whatever it was.
No, the tongues would have been long. It was an hour duration, so that's long gone, I'm afraid. So these guys have to make saving throws.
All three of them?
Sorry, not all three of them. Two of them. I'm going to upcast it to do it in two. I'll do it in the two that are fleeing rather than this guy here. And they got to make wisdom saving throws, I believe. I'll just check that now. And
fail.
Good.
Fail. Both of them failed. It doesn't matter what they are. Could be wisdom, charisma, dexterity combined, and they still would have failed. So
they're going to take some psychic damage. First of all, that chap on my left there is going to take 8 psychic damage.
Right.
He
is now bloodied.
Ooh. When I re-roll now.
Not flat by house rules.
Okay. So there's a 6 and a 7, so there's 13 to the other guy. And on their next turn, they can take a bonus action, an action, or move, but only one of those.
But only one of those.
No.
Oh.
As Tasha's mind whip confuses them and semi-psychologically paralyzes them.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Right. Once Forest Wind starts hearing the crow call, he actually looks a little bit panicky. And so all he is going to do is he is going to... Yeah, he doesn't have much of a choice in the matter. He is going to try and pick you up.
Ooh.
Oh.
Good luck.
And ride off with you.
It's always George.
Damsel in distress.
Why does everything want to pick me up and eat me all the time? I do smell like my sword smells like pastries.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's kind of your own fault. A little bit. Yeah.
There is that. But also he's been indoctrinated that if he can bring back...
Yes. Somebody to put a jar in the chest.
Yeah. Okay, so this is his athletics to try and grab you.
Shit.
He does. Right, so now you need to give me an opposed check. You can use either athletics or acrobatics as he tries to...
Raging.
You're raging.
I'm raging.
Yeah.
Does that...
Good luck.
Yeah, but you don't get blessed for this. It's not saving.
Yeah.
Well,
11.
you literally rolled 3 ones on 2d20.
Yeah. Luckily, 2 of those ones are next to each other.
Yes.
In many ways, forming a different number.
That is an 18.
18. All right, this is his hoist. He does not succeed. You weasel out of his clutches. And then you both get attacks of opportunity as he runs into the forest.
Does my weapon get one as well?
I don't know if your weapon gets an attack of opportunity.
I don't think it gets
I don't think
reaction.
spiritual
No, it
weapons
doesn't
gets
get
reactions.
So just leave them.
I can do a 2-handed slice with my lovely pastry sword. That is 13.
13 is just a miss.
Yeah, better get out of here.
I've got 2.
Of all the people trying to pick up the enormous barbarian, I mean, you silly boy.
Thunders off. Well, he couldn't reach the dwarf.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And he thunders off into that crowd. And we're going to have to pick it up next week to find out what actually happens in this fiasco.
I think we're bringing the shaman to
Something's coming
Come
towards
get some hotcakes.
She screams after the retreating form of the centaur.
Come and get the hotcakes of death.
Right, as we haven't yet got the feedback from your comments from the previous episode, we don't know if you like these reviews.
It's going to be a lot of episodes,
We'll
isn't it?
catch
Before
up
we
eventually.
finally...
All right, this is number 18. That's Grace again.
Me! Oh, gosh.
The chosen one.
Favourite thing. These are a few
Tricky,
of my
isn't it?
favourite things. I really enjoyed Gottfried with his just like whipping out a bit of like, yeah, I'm going to just do a bit of Centauri. Yeah, I'm just going to have a load. And just, I could just the image of the 3 of us just standing there, just being like, wonder what he's talking about. Wonder what's going on.
like a group of tourists and only one guy speaks the language.
Yeah. Just like we don't want to like embarrass ourselves, so we'll just leave it. Yeah.
And it wasn't a short conversation.
No, it
either.
wasn't
Just a lengthy
really
dialogue.
Really
long.
getting in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back and forth, you know?
Yeah.
It wasn't one-way traffic. It was really
No.
back and forth.
Anyway, all right. Well, what was your favourite moment? Leave your comment down below. Until next time, have we got something to shout out?
Oh, yeah, please check out No Small Roles D&D podcast. You can actually listen to it on YouTube, but you can also find it wherever you get your podcasts and have a wonderful time.
There you go. And
Yes, you can check out The Carrion Crows and the Hooded Crows by MJ Larkin on Amazon. Grimdark Fantasy. Lots your boat.
until next week, go look at all of those amazing things. We'll see you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Auf Wiedersehen.